Another cross-country storm system will be bringing heavy snow to the northern tier of the country and severe weather to the lower Mississippi River Valley. We're going to be seeing this storm materialize throughout the next few days in the Pacific Northwest, where heavy rainfall is currently underway and will continue over the next 2 days. This storm eventually ejects into the central U.S. throughout the day on Saturday and into Sunday, and we could see heavy precipitation across portions of the Ohio River Valley, Tennessee River Valley, and the southern Mississippi River Valley, including the chance for severe storms. This storm will eventually move off the coast throughout the beginning of next work week, and we'll see a clipper system move in right after that, giving the chance for some northeast snowfall. Here is DESI, our probabilistic forecast model that gives us probabilities of each precipitation type throughout the next 10 days. We can see our storm system with the blues and the Cascades and the northern Rockies showing snowfall, and these greens along the coastline showing heavy rain continuing throughout the day on Friday. Eventually, this storm will start to move into the central U.S. throughout the day on Saturday, with some heavy snowfall occurring right along the Canadian border in northern Minnesota, portions of northern Wisconsin, and the UP of Michigan. And we'll see heavy rainfall across the Ohio River Valley and some severe storms starting to pop up across a cold front moving through the southern Mississippi River Valley on Sunday. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center has a 15% probability of severe storms with this system. We'll get into that in just a little bit, so stay tuned. This storm eventually moves into the northeast, where we will see mostly rain but some snow again along the Canadian border, and then the potential for a clipper system to bring in some especially higher elevation snowfall. With this system, we're going to be seeing heavy snow across the northern tier of the country, with the potential for a foot of snow along Lake Superior in northern Minnesota. Anywhere here in yellow or orange is over a half a foot of averaged out snowfall. So we could see maybe even a little bit more than this as we get closer to the timing of this event. As we move into the northeast, areas of Maine could see a good 2 to 4 inches from this event as well. In terms of rainfall, this includes both rain and snow, so total liquid precipitation. We could see areas get over an inch of rain from the system across the Ohio River Valley, as well as portions of the southern Mississippi River Valley. But in general, many areas east of Kansas City and Omaha will be seeing over a half an inch of precipitation from this event. Much needed rainfall for the drought situation across much of the United States. In terms of our severe storm outlook here, this is our day 4 severe weather outlook for Sunday, and we have a 15% probability of severe weather extending from East Texas through into southern Kentucky. So let's play this all out on the European model. We're going to start out here on Friday, where we're going to be seeing this storm move on to the coast and ejecting out of the Rockies and into the northern plains throughout the day on Sunday. And you can see these storms start to fire up right along this cold front here from southern Texas up through Kentucky. And the other thing about these storms is they may be slow moving in some spots of the southeast, so Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama could see an enhanced flash flooding risk as well. These are going to be quick hitting storms in terms of severity, being gone off the coast by Monday, and much of this system starts to break down on Monday as well as it heads into the northeast, losing a lot of its moisture before recouping off the coast. Here's that chance for a little clipper system, and this latest outlook from the Euro even has this trying to move up the coast a little bit, bringing some interior snowfall to portions of the northeast. That's something that we could talk about over this weekend. So in terms of our severe weather outlook, let's take a look at our dew point temperatures, and you can see many of these areas in blue, which are 60 degree plus dew point temperatures across areas of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and then into Tennessee and Alabama. These are the areas that have the best potential to fire up severe storms, and we'll be seeing that a little bit more here when it comes to our instability, which we measure as CAPE, convective available potential energy, basically thunderstorm juice. So as we go throughout the day on Saturday, we see a lot of high Cape values throughout portions of Texas, over 500 joules per kilogram, so a lot of energy there, but that just increases throughout the day on Sunday, and we could see areas of East Texas, western Louisiana, close to 2,000 joules per kilogram of Cape with this system. And you can see on this sidebar here, that's very, very high, especially this early on in the severe weather season. Things start to tone down, and that Cape starts to kind of locate itself right along the Gulf Coast throughout the day on Monday. So this severe weather risk is not going to be as prolonged as the one that we had last weekend, but could still pack a punch, especially in areas where these Cape values are very high. The reason for this is that we're going to be seeing a trough that's going to be fueling this system moving through the northern tier of the country, and that leaves this jet streak right down here, and that will spur up those severe storms right in here. So a very dynamic storm system yet again. You know, they say March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb, but we're heading towards the end of March here, and we're still roaring like a lion with more snowfall, severe storms, overall chaos throughout this past March. A lot of weather stories that have already happened, a lot more to come. We're only about halfway through the month, so a lot more on the slate for the rest of March before we get to some April showers. Have a great rest of your day, and stay tuned and subscribe for more.